Need 2 more of those. Need 3 more of those. 1, 2, 3, 1. Two, three, one. 3, 2, 1. The ammo from inside the hull loads, so this is probably ready to run. Its ammo loading philosophy is a bit different because it starts from back and loads to front. Suppose I'll just make those until I run out of parts. And maybe pull off some upgrades based on it too. I need to think while I'm doing this shoring up stage. Before I look away, what else can I do to really make this work? And one of the things would be... Okay, I get a bunch of... I get a bunch of weird modules out of this. So I could make those upgrade. No. Just no. And also, why is this unhooked? But yeah, no, I get a bunch of rare modules out of that, so I need to be thinking about... making that work a bit better. I also need to be thinking about, can finally go? Is finally going. So this is going to be steadily decreasing as I go. Because there's a modules line and there's a furnace line, and I can upgrade them in the space that I've got. So now all processing units are 10% cheaper wherever they're being done. Alright, I hate to say that that's what I want to see, but... this is what I should be seeing. Unfortunately. Alright, and then it'll process all those spoiled fish. And I'll have to think about how I want to do that, because that's a constant stream of fish too, so... all this stuff where it's like, what's the solution gonna be? Gotta figure it out over the hours. And it's not gonna come easy, unfortunately. So... but yeah, that's back to doing full 30s. So that's a good thing. And then... once that's at 60, I'll have to look over at it. I'll also need to... I'll also need to think about how I want to do upgrades on this, since that is 9k worth of bioscience. You don't just want to waste that. There's just not a great solution to be like, how do you schedule that? Because you gotta think, every ounce of rocket fuel that you make on any planet is resources like jelly nut that goes to stack inserters. And yeah, the ammonia is going to be nice too. Speaking of stuff that I need, I do have rocket fuel stacking up by the 100 here. And if everything's going well, and this is doing builds, just to make sure Aquilo launches well. I'll switch it back if I remember, or if it becomes a problem. Don't need any more of those. Don't need any more of those. I could be building substations on this deck. Except for I'm building belts right now. And the belts can turn into... The belts can be used on Aquilo. Is the decision not to make a dedicated belt workstation here? And I might replace that decision with a foundry in here and one of these circuits that just handles it. Because even though the space is tight, you know, I've got the space for it. And yes, that deck has missiles. Not running out of missiles at anytime soon. I need to check this layout really fast. Be like, how many of these are there? 34? Huh. I wonder why it's at like 1,500. Oh well. There's probably a reason for it. Time to get this over to Aquilo. Meanwhile, I'm looking in this direction really hard and being like, okay. What? Oh, come on. That's just cheesy. I'll take it, but it's cheesy. So yeah, we'll see if this goes up from 2 per hour to anything at all per hour. And I'll keep track of those, because that's another important metric. Because if it only just started producing and getting headway on this, maybe it's fine, or maybe I need to watch that part too. Because that part appears to be working fast enough, I don't know. And I can get rid of that. Alright. That's the result I'm going for because I want to see a lot of electromagnetic science in my life. Then I'm gonna find on that deck where that silly infinity chest is. Then get tlcoffee moving again. Alright, is there a jam up on... Oh yeah, because it's only making... I can't do that. Okay, circuit's time. So that's a launching weakness, because this needs to see calcite on it. All the little things that can happen on one of these ships. So... I need to see 20 calcite. And that is the calcite side, so if it doesn't see calcite greater than 20, we're not doing oil cracking, water, anything like that. And then I need to double check that calcite can reach... Because if it has, what I can do is just say I insist. All right. And then this is going to hit. This will hit 180 once it's at full speed. Just a matter of getting there. There is a re-roller section, but it's going to take hours for these stations to pack up unless I do something like this. That'll take a few minutes. Alright. Let me get clear of that so that it can do its thing without killing me. Okay. Cargo pad first. So I need equipment here. I need an assembly line here. I need equipment down here. Cannot build on rough ice, you say? What a fascinating idea. Alright, let's get that done. Then let's get all this ice out of the way. Alright. Oh, I need those turbines too. Big electric ones. Alright. I know I asked for some other stuff on Novice as well. What have I got for belts? We've got decent for belts. 3540, 4550. 510. 510. 1520. While I'm waiting. So now we can do the bot dance. Alright. That's stable. That's stable. That needs some help. Those guys need to charge. I do have a reactor for that. So I'm not sure what the logic is here. Maybe turn off those so this can charge. Yeah, what's eating this? Just general bot power? Ah, well. I guess that's something to add to the to-buy list. I'm gonna leave Ryan there for a moment while I get this figured out. Because there's certainly something that I'm also forgetting. Do you have pipes? Okay. Now I have a storage heap. In the future, there will be independent power, but for right now, I need to get these storing. And the reason why, I've got a bunch of ice in my inventory, right? How do I get water? For any kind of boiler. That's going to need millijoules of power. It's one of those things where I think it would be borderline overprep to be like, yeah, just, you know, get yourself some boilers, but it's also something that feels like it would be weirdly appropriate. Okay, make sure I have those. So I need 2 fusion reactors and then 8 of these. So that's going to be hundreds of tungsten plates and then hundreds of these. And I can safely go all the holmium plates and shoot stuff down onto the planet then. I can also request more cargo bays right now. So that it's more responsive about gaining loads. That is a nuclear reactor's worth of power right there. But it needs to go like that. And then, for whatever reason, it doesn't want to force add the ice platform to get the job done, but not my problem. Alright. So that's some serious heat, but Aquilo suffers from serious heat loss, too. Already out of water, right? Do I have any, heat exchangers? I'm gonna need some of those. Okay. That's funny. I need to start asking for copper plates then. Pipes. And then, yeah,